Chapter 9, Computer Networks, is being continued. This is Part 2. In this part of the chapter, students will acquire knowledge about the network architectures. Cables used to connect devices on a network, as well as network architectures and topologies, have been thoroughly discussed. Network architectures. Network architectures are the design and framework of a network, including the characteristics of individual hardware, software, and transmission system components, and how they interact in order to ensure the reliable transfer of information. It is a design of a computer network in which each computer or process on the network is either a client or a server. However, there are two types of network architectures: peer-to-peer and client-server, which is server-based networks. Peer-to-peer networking. It is a type of network in which each workstation has equivalent capabilities and responsibilities. This differs from client-server architectures, in which some computers are dedicated to serving the others. In a peer-to-peer network, there are no dedicated servers. It does not have the notion of clients or servers, but only equal peer nodes that simultaneously function as both clients and servers to the other nodes on the network. All computers are equal and therefore referred to as peers. Peer-to-peer networks are also called workgroups. There are some characteristics of a peer-to-peer networking which are stated. Peer-to-peer networks are simple, not expensive, and easy to implement. Users manage their own data. However, degradation of workstation performance is observed as more users are connected to the same physical area. The overall system is easy to use and well integrated. Users are responsible for managing their own data. They act as their own administrators. Hence, security is not an issue, and only low level of security is required. Client-server networking. The term client-server is a popular computational architecture that involves client processes, that is, machines, requesting service from server processes. In general, client-server maintains a distinction between processes and network devices. Usually, a client computer and a server computer are two separate devices, each customized for their design purpose. Network clients make requests to a server by sending messages, and servers respond to their clients by acting on each request and returning results. One server generally supports numerous clients. For example, a web client works best with a large screen display, while a web server does not need any display at all and can be located anywhere in the world. There are certain key characteristics of a client-server network. In an environment with more than 10 computers, a peer-to-peer network would not be appropriate. In such instances, server-based networks come into play. Server-based networks are nowadays becoming the standard. They are used when the need for centralization of data and other resources are felt. The centralization makes the management and control of data and resources easier. Access to data and resources in a server-based network are controlled, requiring a highly effective security system. The software running on the server is a network operating system to provide for the proper network environment for the server and clients accessing it. There are several types of servers which are commonly used in networks. File server. A file server holds and distributes files. It is a form of disk storage that hosts files within the network. File servers do not need to be high-end, but must have enough disk space to incorporate a large amount of data. Print server. A print server controls and manages one or more printers for the network. Proxy server. A proxy server is a computer that offers a computer network service to allow clients to make indirect network connections to other network services. A client connects to the proxy server, then requests a connection file or other resources available on a different server. The proxy provides the resources either by connecting to the specified server or by serving it from a cache. In some cases, the proxy may alter the client's request or the server's response for various purposes. Application server. An application server is a server that hosts a network application. It is a server computer in a computer network dedicated to running certain software applications. The term also refers to the software installed on such a computer to facilitate the serving or running of other applications. Web server. A web server holds and delivers web pages and other web content using the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, HTTP. Mail server. A mail server hosts and delivers email. It is the electronic equivalent of a post office. Network hardware. Networks are made up of both hardware and software. The network hardware provides the physical connections between the network's various nodes. It is the equipment which facilitates the use of a computer network. The various nodes typically includes the following: network interface card and network cabling. Network interface cards are used to connect a PC to a network. Most NICs are designed for a particular type of network protocol and media, although some can serve multiple networks. The NIC provides a physical connection between the networking medium and the computer's internal bus and is responsible for facilitating an access method to the network. NICs contain connections for either coaxial or twisted pair cables. If it is designed for coaxial cable, the connection will be a BNC connection. If it is designed for twisted pair, it will have a RJ45 connection. Some Ethernet cards also contain an AUI connector. This can be used to attach coaxial, twisted pair, or fiber optics cable to the card. Network cabling. Cable is the medium through which information usually moves from one network device to another. There are several types of cable which are commonly used with LANs. In some cases, the network will utilize only one type of cable. Other networks will use a variety of cable types. The type of cable chosen for a network is related to the network's topology, protocol, and size. Understanding the characteristics of different types of cable and how they relate to other aspects of a network is necessary for the development of a successful network. There are some common types of cables used in networks: twisted pair (UTP) cable, coaxial cable, and fiber optic cable. UTP cable is the most popular and is generally the best option for most networks installations. The cable has 4 pairs of wires inside the jacket. Each pair is twisted with a different number of twists per inch to help eliminate interference from adjacent pairs and other devices. The tighter the twisting, the higher the supported transmission rate and the greater the cost per foot. Coaxial cabling has a single copper conductor at its center. A plastic layer provides insulation between the center conductor and a braided metal shield. The metal shield helps to block any outside interference from fluorescent lights, motors, and other computers. Although coaxial cabling is difficult to install, it is highly resistant to signal interference. In addition, it can support greater cable lengths between network devices than twisted pair cable. It is mostly used by TV companies. Fiber optic cable constitutes a technology that uses glass or plastic threads, that is, fibers, to transmit data. A fiber optic cable consists of a bundle of glass threads, each of which is capable of transmitting messages modulated onto light waves. That is, light is transmitted rather than electronic signals, eliminating the problem of electrical interference. This makes it ideal for certain environments that contain a large amount of electrical interference. It has also made it the standard for connecting networks between buildings due to its immunity to the effects of moisture and lighting. Fiber optic cable has the ability to transmit signals over much longer distances than coaxial and twisted pair. It also has the capability to carry information at greater speeds. This capacity broadens communication possibilities to include services such as video conferencing and interactive services. The cost of fiber optic cabling is comparable to copper cabling. However, it is more difficult to install and modify. Network topology.